Okay, let's see here. Everything is done. And that is all muscle memory. I'm not doing any sort of macro with a controller or anything like that. And you know what? I actually have an upgrade, now that I think about it, that I wanted to wait to do until you guys were here. So I'm going to go ahead and do that now. I had the Argo Sea Captain go out and pick up some busy bees for me. And so now I can make 10 full cycles of honey. Which is actually kind of, I don't want to say useless, because you can always head online, and if you trade for sharpened fangs with a captain, you can trade for honey online. But we'll go ahead and we'll do some. Why not? I mean, you never really have enough honey. I actually read a really interesting trick the other day. If you combine honey and nitro shroom, you make an energy drink, which isn't really ever used for most people outside of fighting the Great Baggy. But actually, it does give you 1 bar of stamina. So if you have plenty of honey and plenty of nitro shrooms, you don't ever really have to bother with meat again. Of course, I don't really have any issue with grilling meat, but if some of you do, there you go. Alright, now I agonized, actually, as to what set to bring against the Ceadeus. I have this set right here, which is basically focused entirely on explosives. But the issue is it has, like, low deviation. And, I mean, it does have a shield. But otherwise, it's going to be kind of hard to actually hit the Ceadeus with that. And it's going to be kind of boring, because I can just be, like, sitting from a long distance away shooting explosives. The other one, the exciting one, and this is only possible because I have a really good charm. It's a +6 potential. You could actually get away with just a +4 potential with 1 slot, or +5, is an adrenaline piercing set. That's really cool. It's going to be a lot of bombs. It's going to be a lot of getting up in his face and shooting him with pierce shots, and I think that would be pretty exciting. So we're going to go for that. Oh, and one thing to note. Oh, I'm going to change Cha-Cha. I'm not going to change him into his ancient mask because I haven't... Oops. No, get back here. I haven't really leveled it up at all. Of course, you see I've leveled up almost everything else. But I have leveled up his acorn mask. And you don't need his oxygen mask anyways, because you could always end up bringing your own oxygen, like I am right here. I'm bringing some mega air filters. And otherwise, I've just brought a lot of combo books. Probably an excessive amount of combo books. Let's see what else. Potion, max potion, ancient potion. I mean, I guess I was planning on bombing him some too, but really all you really need is huskberries and bird wyvern fangs. Now you can get these by trading with the captain again. If he's going to the hunter area, you can just trade for them here. So, these are kind of reduced, but you can carry up to 99. So that is an awful lot of Pierce level 1. Actually, I was thinking I'd use a voucher. We'll do health, attack. Oh. Well, here's something interesting. We can do feline pool cat, and actually, I think I should demonstrate that. That's a kind of a cool feline eating ability. And otherwise, this is it. This is our last quest. We've completed all the 6-star quests, and all we have left is to repel the Ceadeus and save the village. Something to note here is Cha-Cha always comes with you. They assume that you'll run out of air if he doesn't. That's it. We have to save the village. If we don't beat him, then over time the raft that the village is built on, you can see here, it's all just wooden planks, will eventually fall apart, and we'd have no place to live. Okay then. Oh, the chief's son wants to talk to us? Okay. Okay, yeah, the ruins is where all of the siege weapons are located. I've already traded for some underwater ballista ammo with the captain. And it's actually a bit of a Monster Hunter tradition to have some sort of Elder Dragon to fight at the end of the storyline. Not so much offline. I think actually the last boss you fought in Monster Hunter the First was just a Monoblos. So we've certainly come a long way since then. Let's see what else there is. Take some bombs. And this area is actually kind of like an Easter egg in a sense, in that when you play Monster Hunter Portable 3rd, they still use this area as a base camp all the time. Although I'm going to show off Kickback. You can see there, cool cat. I text at 253. Goes up to 259. Not a huge boost, but, you know, kind of worth it. I'm going to go ahead and load up some Pierce level 2. And this set here is fairly safe. Actually, I don't know why I say it's fairly safe. It's really good. It's not very safe. But I'm only going to really focus on adrenaline gunning him for the first half of the fight anyways. Try and focus your bombs towards his head. We want to get off as much damage as possible to those horns, because we're going to try and blow them up later. This is actually kind of a weird amount of health I have. Here we go. Okay. And until he's kind of a bit farther out into the cave, I'm going to stay a little bit away from him. We want to focus on his beard, though. Okay, you'll see there, it's kind of making like little sparkling motions. That means that we're not really getting the multiplier off. Which is really the whole point. I'll go ahead and try and get off another bomb. There we go. That's about right. Well, and that actually works out perfectly. And we're going to have a lot of defense right now. Let's take a look at that. 142. That's more than some Blade Master sets at this point in the game. And that's because Adrenaline plus 1, tied into Adrenaline plus 2, gives you just a flat 60 defense. So that's a lot for offline. Not so much online, although it helps. Although in any case, it seems like there's diminishing returns for armor. Some attacks are just going to do a lot of damage no matter what. And I think that's mostly because of elemental damage. I'm not really sure how damage to the player is calculated. Never really thought about that. It looks like he's actually angry at us. Try and get out of his extremely slowly executed and very well telegraphed moves. Still at 313. This is the angle that I like to be at. It's pretty safe. He's mostly focusing on moving to another spot. If he hits us with his flipper, we've got plenty of life. There we go. Just a little love tap. Really no big deal. We can probably even take a herb and it'll be alright. A lot of time spent looking at your status screen. Of course, this is not really the recommended equipment set to bring in for this fight. This is more of just a proof of concept than anything else. Bring a lance if you really want to finish this quest quickly and easily. Preferably the Undertaker. It's a great weapon to use on him. And really, at this point in the game, we're using Rapid Fire for Pierce 2 more to conserve ammo than really anything else. It does almost double the amount of damage per shot. So it kind of opens up your ammo set in that sense. But it takes a long time to get the full volley off, so it can kind of leave you vulnerable at times. Less of a problem with this guy, though, because he's so slow. Although we're going to get hit. Ooh. Now, unfortunately, with this set, we do not have a shield. It'd actually be kind of a big benefit. Well, I don't think I would have had enough time to block that anyways. Gonna work his way over to that other side of the cave. I think he's gonna want to shoot a beam of water. There we go. That was a good volley. And you can always reload while he's flinching, because you're not going to be getting any shots off until he's pretty much settled down anyways. Oh no, Cha-Cha. Why did you do that? He's almost all done with that beard anyways, though. I think we're just about broken it off. It's kind of a dangerous place for us to be right now. That's okay. I think I've mentioned it before in a number of the other videos, but your range is halved underwater, which can be kind of good for your pierce shot. So you can get a lot closer. Not have to worry about not getting the bonus. Go ahead and reload. That shot got very close to me, but we were okay. I'm not going to worry about getting more air until he's already left. I don't think that attack would have killed me anyways. Oh, is he running away? Oh, that's a shame. We'll go ahead and get some extra shots off on his tail and whatnot. We're going to go ahead and we'll use a Mega Air Filter. This is just a dash extract combined with an airweed, I believe. And not only does it fill up your air meter all the way, it actually makes it huge. So we should be able to go for quite a while now. Probably even make use of the Might Seed and the relaxation. Where is that? Get back. Taking it easy. My buddy, the Ceadeus. Though I notice a lot of arguing online over the various pronunciations of the monsters, and there's really no official translation on them, so call them whatever you want. I mean, you know, Monster Hunter is such an international community. Whatever dialect you have is really going to influence the way you pronounce it. I'm American, New England, and I pronounce things weird anyways, so I'm sure nobody's going to agree with my pronunciation. But my argument for Ceadeus is underwater monster, kind of like a god. Deus, I believe, is how you pronounce God in Latin. At least I'm under that impression. So, it makes sense to me. We're going to get hit. It's going to hurt a lot. There was nothing we were going to do about that. And this Dragon Blight he's inflicted on us is actually really bad. It reduces our affinity by quite a lot. So we want to get rid of that as quickly as we can. Especially because the whole point of our fight against him isn't so much to do anything other than just get as much damage off as quickly as possible. There's one more flinch. I think one more flinch and it'll be broken. There we go. a little bit of a haircut. And at this point, he's just going to make a beeline for the exit. So get off whatever shots you can. Oh, I got a flinch. That's decent. Cha-Cha's getting off his own attacks. That's cool. And I might switch over to Pierce 1. They do more damage per hit, and if anything, I'm not really going to be able to get off a whole lot of attacks on him. Maybe 1 or 2. And so the beard's broken. We're going to focus on his horn next. And I brought 60 thunder shots, and that should really be more than enough to break the horn, but we're going to actually use the various siege weapons on him first. And by the way, I'm going to heal up now. He's going to get into rage mode an awful lot in the next area, and we don't really want to be at any sort of level of adrenaline gunning at that point. Actually, the potential charm I have completely precludes having guard up anyways, so and if I had some sort of weird Agnactor mix for some reason, even that wouldn't do me much good if I was still doing adrenaline gunning. Of course, the Legia Crest set would be a somewhat acceptable replacement to this set. The Elemental would be pretty decent for getting off the horn, and of course you'd want to use more Elemental shots then anyways. But the normal shot doesn't help much. You're going to want to definitely be using Pierce shots against him, if you're going to be using any sort of gun setup as well, at all. I guess the only exception would be if you're going to be doing some sort of explosive gunning on him, like Cluster 2 spamming him. But even then, I prefer this type of shot anyways. Man, I just have such a huge clip. I mean, 7 shots of Pierce 1 is just really, really phenomenal. Let's move over to our ballista ammo. And so this is it. So what I can gather is what was causing the earthquakes is he has one horn that is clearly overgrown his entire body. And so he's been ramming that against the floor of the ocean, trying to scrape it down, kind of like I think rats and various other rodents will do for their teeth. And it's been causing all the earthquakes. And so we're going to do him a favor, and we're just going to knock it off for him. We have to get rid of the horn. And of course, the real benefit of these siege weapons is they do a fixed amount of damage no matter where they hit on the body. And of course, the toughest thing about the horn is it doesn't really take much raw damage at all. I think it takes a 15% amount of damage from shot, which actually isn't too bad, but it's certainly not good. So we're going to use the ammo I traded with the captain with. By the way, if you did not do that and you want to use the ballista, there are boxes behind the ballista here where you can gather more shots from. Okay, this is really weird. Can't really hit him like this. I'm kind of stuck inside of him. Get off. It's kind of funny. Okay. Let's resume. There we go. And you see, it's going to cause a lot of flinching from him. Because his horn doesn't really expect you to do all that much damage to it at each point, he'll flinch rather easily with it. If he's angry, I'll get off one more shot, but otherwise I'm going to run away. Yeah, I'm just going to run away. Oh, no, he's growling. Never mind. No, he's probably going to shoot a beam at me very soon. He likes to do that when he's angry. Oh, wow! Hey, hey! I don't think I've ever broken it straight up just by using all ballista shots. That is not normal. That is definitely not normal. Now, when he's in rage mode, he has a tendency to chase you around a little bit. Certainly more than he would otherwise. We're going to go ahead and get some carves off. I'm not sure how much item space we have. Might have to drop something. Nope. Did I just get 2 scales? Oh, that is lame. What you really want from the horn is an item called the crooked scale. A crooked horn. And that's most useful for really basically any weapon of his you want to make. I think some armor pieces might require it as well. Okay, so his normal mode of movement is just to kind of chase you up, kind of like this, right around here. Set it off. We're going to go back to Pierce 2 shot. And at this point, you can kind of just go hog wild on him. There's a break on his back. There's a break on his tail. I'm trying to think where else there's a break. I mean, the beard is a break and the horn is a break. I think that's it. You might be able to damage the flipper. I can't remember. Of course, be careful when he's in his rage mode like this. He does do a lot of damage, clearly. But I mean, at this point, we've done a ton of damage. I mean, we've almost won, so don't screw it up now. Of course, you can use the Dragonator more than once. Dragonator is, of course, those big spikes I shot at him. They just take about, I think it's 10 minutes to recharge. And if you can get them off twice, that's a fairly large amount of damage. Oh, just barely got out of the way of that. Decent. And at this point, I'm not even going to think about adrenaline gunning him. I do not want to die. I've already given you guys, what, 2 deaths? That's it. No more. Oh, we need air. That's okay. I got those air filters. There are air bubbles around. I mean, there's really no reason to force you to bring Cha-Cha in his ancient mask, because there's really no shortage of air. And even if you didn't bring those own air filters, they give you some oxygen bubbles as well. Oh, wow. The attack took a different course than I expected. And I guess really I should be trying to aim at his tail. It's just kind of tough to get to. He's always pointing that head of his at you. Let's see. Not enough range. He's angry. Really angry. Oh, hey. I'm glad I gave Cha-Cha those earplugs. It's a great idea to give him those earplugs. Most of the time when his attacks are interrupted, they're not interrupted because the monster hit him, they're interrupted because the monster screamed. So if you give him the earplugs, he can get off a lot more of his songs. I'm trying to evade this. There we go. Not bad. No. Oh, that's not bad. Unless, of course, he hits me with a water jet, in which case I'd be really bad. I actually forget how much damage his flippers take. Probably not much. Okay, whenever you're in front of him like that, not about to flinch anytime soon, get to the side. I mean, his two big attacks are really flipping his tail up and shooting that water jet, and both of which do a fairly decent amount of damage. And both do a lot of water damage. And if you're wearing this set right here, you have a lot of, well, not much water resistance at all. You can see I just picked up a air bubble just then. Maybe I'll actually use some Pierce one-shots. I might actually do more damage with them. You're just able to get off a full clip so much faster. Oh, there we go. That was sudden. 22 minutes left? It only took me 15 minutes to repel him. It's pretty decent. That means he was at 30% of his health, I think. That's it. And so this has been a great amount of fun for me so far. I've really loved doing this Let's Play. Of course, the videos I did before this were just one-off tutorials, but I think what Monster Hunter really deserves to really show the sort of game it is these full sort of gauntlet-style matches against the dragons. And so I'm not going to say that this is the end cap of my Let's Play, because of course I still have some more quests to do, and I might show off some more of the arena. I'm not really sure how I'm going to handle that. But at the very least, we get a well-deserved storyline reward coming up very soon. And here we go. And there's our real hero, wearing his appropriate mask. I think your real reward is you don't have to see as much man-thong in this cinematic as you did in the introductory cinematic. I think I'm actually going to learn this cha-cha dance for real life. It would require a very unnatural amount of neck flexibility. So, of course, I think this would be as good a time as any to issue some thanks. First of all, I'd like to thank the somethingawful.com forums. If it weren't for you guys, I probably would have never even started this. But next, of course, I'd like to thank the... Oh, God. Take it all back. They're going to fit a thong in at any time. Second, I'd like to thank the youtube.com community. I think there's almost 5,500 of you at this point, which is really amazing. That's halfway to 10,000, at which point I think you can become a YouTube partner, which I think would be a fairly decent goal for me at this point. Next, of course, I'd like to thank the various resources which really helped me come up with different knowledge I have about this game. First of all, GameFAQs.com. Generally speaking, the various damage formula guides. I think Vampire Cosmonaut was one of the biggest creators of that, as well as, was it Akira Zero? Whoever created the various upgrade guide paths to the weapons. And of course the Monster Hunter wiki guys as well. I generally use you guys for all my various armor related needs, as well as the people on the Monster Hunter wiki forums. You guys are pretty decent as well. Like you all. Thank you for all the support and kind words. Of course, there'll be many, many more videos. Pretty soon there'll be a project coming up that is not Monster Hunter. I think you'll all respond positively to it. It's going to be a needlessly restricted run-through of a game that I'm not going to announce just yet. I think I'll announce that after I've completely finished up this offline tutorial. Maybe put a little teaser up there. And of course I'll be coming back to this game fairly soon, in maybe about 2 or 3 months. I really need a break from Try. I'll be coming back and I'll be doing a sort of gauntlet-style approach to online, but different than what I mean by what I've been doing for offline, in that I'm going to be doing all the stars basically in a row. So I'm going to sit down with a group of people and we're just going to burn through 1 star, 2 star, 3 star, 4 star, 5 star, 6 star. We're going to do each level in a night. And I think that will be a really efficient way to get through them, and also a really fun way to get through them. We'll probably include Christian, of course, Christian Manjewski from, what is it? Not Before Game Design. Game Design Reviews. Of course, the main organizer for the Monster Hunter podcast. And of course, Nick Lalone from Before Game Design. Also from nicklalone.com, I believe, is his new website as well. So I'll definitely be including those 2 guys. We're not going to be main podcasts. We'll, of course, be doing a more varied podcast format. I think that's been really popular. I think it's been really fun going through the different Monster Hunter games and showing off the various formats, the various incarnations of it, as well as various games that kind of are like side projects as well. So I definitely think we'll be including a run-through of Lost Planet 2. I think that's appropriate, although heard it, I've never played it, I just ordered it, so we'll see how that goes. As well as really any other game that kind of follows the various Monster Hunter format, and that's a game that really rewards skill and planning over just whoever can mash the button the fastest. Which, of course, as you get older, not that I'm really that old yet, but certainly my attitudes towards the Wii Remote have shown that, you know, you can get carpal tunnel at really any age, and I really hope Capcom and other Wii developers keep that in mind, that, you know, we don't need any real serious wrist-twisting maneuvers in order to make the game fun and interesting for motion controls. And I think lastly, and maybe most importantly, I'd like to thank my wife, Jen. She's been really supportive of me in these videos. She has not stopped me from doing them. In fact, she's been pretty excited about the attention they generate. So, yeah, thanks a lot. I really appreciate that. And I guess maybe I'll add one more thanks, maybe to the Let's Play community in general. And for those of you that are into the Let's Play community, or maybe do Let's Plays of your own, I think everybody realizes as soon as they start it that it is quite a lot of work and quite a bit of investment. I mean, not only do you invest a lot of time, but you have to invest a fairly decent amount of money as well to make your captures and your videos as visually and audioly speaking high quality as possible. And of course, both to the producer and director of Monster Hunter Try, I shook both of your hands in New York. Probably never realized at that point, I think it was April 18th, 19th, when they held the release party, that I've gotten myself to this point. But thank you. Thank you for all of your work on the Monster Hunter games. May they continue long into the future. And of course, the credits are so long that your Wii Remote will shut off before the end. Let's see here, and some fur. That's really the only major component I got from him.